But I want Vergil Ortiz next. And if we can't get Vergil Ortiz next, I heard that Baby Cub was calling me out too. Charlo, he can get it next. Fundora, what's his name? Baccarat, Bartram.
You want to fight the best? Boots, come over here.
That's right. Let's go, man.
All right, so that you answered the question. Is this the fight that you want next? Vergil Ortiz against Jaron Boots Ennis.
I think this is the fight that has to happen, man. I think this is it.
Suitable for Vergil Ortiz Jr. But I think Ennis is
we all know Boots doesn't want to fight Vergil.
Vergil Ortiz Jr. isn't holding back anymore, and the target of his fury isn't an opponent in the ring. He's his own promoter. 4 months, the boxing world has been waiting for the ultimate collision between Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. A fight that promised to define a generation. But while both fighters are ready for war, the paperwork has turned into a crime scene. Vergil is reportedly freaking out behind closed doors, accusing Oscar de la Hoya of intentionally sabotaging the biggest payday and legacy-defining moment of his life. This isn't just a business disagreement. It's an all-out civil war that's exposing the darkest side of boxing politics. The mask is off. The accusations are flying. And the truth behind why this fight was blocked is absolutely disgusting.
The only thing I can tell you is that I thought the fight was made, and then it wasn't. There was a yes on our side, and it just wasn't made. I mean, I really don't know the specifics of it, but I just know it happened on their side.
It all came to a head during a marathon 6-hour negotiation session that was supposed to finalize the details for a March 2026 showdown. Everyone thought the deal was a lock. Ortiz and Ennis had already shared that iconic face-off in the ring, promising the world a fight that has to happen.
Boots and Ortiz, is the needle moving positively?
Supposedly, I mean, Eric Gomez's positive comments from Thailand is that we're going to hopefully get it wrapped up in the next week or so. I certainly see the back and forth between Ortiz, with him and with Boots on their social media. You have Vergil's manager, Rick Meridian, getting involved in the whole thing. I like Rick a lot, but he's very excitable. He fights tooth and nail for his guys, so I get where he's coming from. I've done this for such a long time. I always try to maintain, calm, cool, and collected. Don't get too excited. Don't get too down. This is making the sausage. You know what I mean? It takes time, and people get all crazy when shit's going on, when they're in there making the fight, trying to get it done. Everybody has things to say about it. I like to let the process play out. I think, especially based on all the comments from both sides, how much they want the fight, that it's going to get done. And we'll see this very, very outstanding matchup in the early part of next year. I think it's going to get done. You never know, but I feel confident.
But as the hours ticked by in that boardroom, the atmosphere turned from professional to purely hostile. Instead of a contract, we got a stalemate. Rumors quickly surfaced that the financial offer put on the table for Vergil was nothing short of an insult. We're talking about a fighter who is 24-0 with 22 knockouts. Yet, he was being asked to step into a high-stakes war for a purse that didn't even cover the risk involved.
And Raphael has reported that there's some complications in finalizing the deal between Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots Ennis. Yet it has nothing to do with Golden Boy Promotions having problems or issues with Matchroom Boxing, who promotes Boots Ennis. Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar de la Hoya, Eric Gomez promotes Vergil Ortiz. That the issue is that Vergil Ortiz's manager and Golden Boy Promotions, Eric Gomez and Oscar de la Hoya, have their issues. That's what's reported. Now, Rick is a prestige manager in the sport of boxing, one of the best managers in the sport of boxing. And both of these guys are wonderful fighters, phenom in the 154-pound division. And many think that this is the primary fight at 154-pound division. Yet, we cannot neglect that we could have seen this fight a while ago. But Jaron Boots Ennis declined. He ducked a lucrative offer when it was on the table by Turki Al-Sheikh, which everybody loves because he has been a great addition to the sport of boxing, right? He has eliminated the hiccups in the sport of boxing. But I think because now that Turki Al-Sheikh and everybody on that Turki Al-Sheikh is giving that bag, not everybody is really trying to be greedy, maybe. Not everybody, but maybe people trying to be greedy, in which now we've seen a couple of hiccups in which we wasn't seeing in the beginning. And where Turki Al-Sheikh wants to make fights. But one of the guys that been ducking Turkey out shake purses in the past has been Jaron Boots Ennis. He did duck the Vergil Ortiz and the Teofimo Lopez purses. And Eddie Hearn has publicly stated that these were lucrative offers. The most money that Boots Ennis could have made, right? So how are we going to point the finger now, or the gun, at Vergil Ortiz if they're not trying to finalize the deal with Jaron Boots Ennis? Yes, I want to see that fight. Yes, it's one of the primary fights in the sport of boxing. But yet,
the silence was finally broken when Vergil's manager, Rick Meridian, took to social media to set the record straight. He didn't just disagree. He went on a full-blown rampage against Golden Boy Promotions. The nasty work began when Golden Boy COO Eric Gomez posted that everything was moving forward for a March 28th date in Las Vegas. Meridian's response was a digital slap in the face, essentially asking Gomez if he had found some hidden money they didn't know about. The reality was revealed soon after. Ortiz's team is demanding a $10 million minimum payday to step in with a killer like Boots Ennis.
So that means they are asking for, publicly, $10 million to fight Boots or greater, right? Because it could be 10, it could be 11, 12, 20, right? But they need at least bare bones minimum to get 7 zeros. You need $10 million. In the words of Damon Wayans, 2 snaps and around the world. Hated it. I hate when fighters and teams do this. For one, this manager, is he pulling the strings like he's talking? That's why Boots was like, yo, manager talking crazy, right? He making it sound like he above Golden Boy almost. He like, don't send us nothing unless it got 7 zeros with it. You know what I mean? So that, to me, that's a little bit weird, right? You talking like you Golden Boy or something. Like you the end all be all, and you got veto power to veto whatever. 2, let's say that's your price. Why are you tweeting and texting and posting and responding publicly? None of the fans is gonna come up with that type of money, right? So speaking to the fans on social media is not a good method. You have to negotiate. You have to see if Turkey, I mean, he's the one that would probably pay the big money for the fight. But you do that behind closed doors. I am not a fan of people trying to negotiate through the public. It's just like, where they do that at? What is the point of doing that? The fans, you're trying, it's like you're trying to, I don't know, because I didn't do it, so I can't really speak on the rationale. But to me, it's foolish, because that's what negotiations are for. Negotiations should be completely and utterly behind closed doors. You name your price, da-da-da.
They aren't just looking for a check. They are looking for respect. And right now, Oscar de la Hoya isn't giving it. This leads to a much darker theory circulating in the boxing community. Is Oscar de la Hoya intentionally blocking this fight to protect his last remaining asset? Think about the position Golden Boy is in right now. They already lost their biggest cash cow, Canelo Alvarez, years ago. Now, Ryan Garcia has publicly declared he is finishing his contract in February and will never look back. Vergil Ortiz is effectively the last superstar standing in the Golden Boy stable. If Ortiz goes in there against a phenom like Boots Ennis and loses, the entire promotional house of cards collapses. People are calling it a protective block where the promoter prices the fighter out of the market just to keep them safe from a dangerous style matchup.
Vergil Ortiz has to obviously win, and he's focused 1,000%, as I am too. I mean, I'm focused 1,000% on making sure this event, goes on, and we take it to the finish line, and people are talking about Boots Ennis, and they're talking about Vergil Ortiz, and my gosh, let's make that fight right away. Well, we can't make a fight until Vergil Ortiz wins. That's just the bottom. I don't work like that. I don't like having fights already made when they have the job at hand to take care of on Saturday night. Yeah, I welcome Eddie. I welcome Boots Ennis to see who the very best 154-pound fighter is, and that's Vergil Ortiz. I welcome them. I mean, it's a great show. when you watch Vergil Ortiz, you're always going to get an exciting fight. I'm just afraid that if Boots does see him in person, he's going to shy away from the fight.
From a business perspective, putting Vergil in with Boots is a high-risk gamble that Oscar seemingly isn't ready to take. Boots is a stylistic nightmare. Fast, switch-hitting, and possessing power that can end a career in one night. For a promoter on his last lap, losing your last big star in a fight you didn't even want to make is a business disaster. It's being described as a suicide mission for the company's bottom line. By offering Vergil a lowball figure, Oscar essentially forces the fight to collapse while trying to maintain plausible deniability. He can tell the public he tried to make the fight while his own fighter is behind closed doors screaming about being robbed of his legacy.